sightseeing in Khayelitsha. This, when I was trying to design this logo, these icons, it was so challenging unto me because there were a lot of ideas in my mind, and then I have to make a simple icon which can represent what you can receive in sender. So I tried to combine a lot of. I have to combine some pictures or some ideas to be in one one picture. As you see, there is a South Africa map. Africa map. So each have different people and with different colors, as we were talk about earlier, that those colors show the people of this universe, like it's for all nation. And then this is it's showing the digital internet that we can also get internet. Yeah, you see access in the internet. As we see there, it's representing the
justice.
Yeah, justice. And I've chosen yellow colors to show the sympathy, the happiness and the peace that you can get in this center. And also the people are bringing puzzle together. As you see, different people with different colors. As we have different cultures and religion, we are all accepted, or we all have right to come in center to bring our ideas and our problems so that we can be able to solve. For these puzzles that I put them, puzzles are the game, first of all, but my mind were not based on the game only, because in community center we can have some time to free our mind doing some activities which can help us to be able to focus on what we're doing and forget about our stress and all other things. So the puzzles show that, and show that we can make these cycles about this puzzle when by doing together, not one person want to build the cycle. If you see this puzzle the puzzle of making a cycle. The cycle cannot be made if there is one person who can make the cycle. They all have to participate in order for them to make a cycle. Yes. I've chosen these colors for background. This gray, since we were going to look for that building, I've seen that the colors that are there, it's gray and other colors, but I've choose this blue because of it represent that I can say the peace or the legislation of South Africa. Because for me, blue it represent a legislation or the law that we have. So the law of South Africa, it says that we are all equal and we all have rights, and then we can be able to human race. That's what I can say.
Wow, thank you. There is a lot of thought that came into this, and it shows. Do you have any comments or questions?
Okay, I got a question. So the people with the puzzles, then?
Yeah, puzzle.
So did you create it yourself or downloaded it?
Yeah,
to the internet.
I took them for internet, and then I made my own referring to them. You see, because I have I've just lost my paper. Okay. I first plan. Okay. I traffic down, and then when I go to internet, I saw this, and then I like it, and then I do my own and looking on the one that way in internet. Then I made my own puzzle, comparing with that was in internet.
Okay, cameraman here. Okay, with this one, I think we said something about the internet and Wi-Fi and everything. What if like a 9-year-old can see that? Can a 9-year-old translate that into like a Wi-Fi hotspot? Like that's a Wi-Fi hotspot. How does it show that?
First of all, if we can see in internet or in lot of icons that were utilized, they show the picture of the globe or the picture of the planet Earth.
Yeah.
So this is my planet Earth with so these are other planets or other networks that you can get from planet Earth. In order for us to have a network or to connect with those that we are using planet Earth, and they're also using planet Earth. This is planet Earth.
Okay.
And why did you go with the color green? Because now it looks like trees, forest, yeah. Why did you go with green?
Okay.
The globe is blue also.
Yes.
No, when he challenges you, he makes you better. So take it like this. It means he wants to know, otherwise he would just be quiet.
You know, I have looked in other example of the globe in the internet. Most of them, or all of them, they will have a green color.
Green color.
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
So that's why I choose green color.
Okay. Cool.
Yes. Forget that it's a president thing, green for grass and what since you want to match, but it's a green color. In all of them, there's a green color.
Yeah.
Sure. That's all. On to the next one.
Do you have something to ask?
No.
I just wanted to comment that I find very interesting the combination of the four, because the map of Africa and the internet, they are all like cartography, like maps and zooming out kind of look. The people, they are real life almost illustration of people, and the justice symbol, it's a symbol. We don't really see those scales anywhere. So they are different ways of approaching icons in a way, and I like the variety that you bring into this combination. There is something that literally looks like a person, something that, okay, that's a map of Africa, and something which is more symbol, which is not literally how justice looks like, but more speaks about it. So it's an interesting combination that will maybe allow different persons from the street. One will relate to the justice because they saw it before. Somebody will not understand it but will relate to the puzzle and the people because they look like people. And somebody else will see, okay, that's Africa, I can understand this is something about the locality. So I must compliment on the variety, that's very important. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
My name is Isivivana. I live in Makaya.
Okay.
So mine, it's two hands that are carrying these people. These are community people. But these are heads of people that are behind this thread. But you can take it as a pile of stones. Yes, like Isivivana.
Okay.
Yeah. And this one, it's a bracelet. Yeah. I use these colors. These are colors of the Valley people. Yeah. It's with. I just mixed with some cultural. Yeah. The hands, they are also look like they are being tied up together. Yeah. So they are just putting them united. United. Yeah. Yeah. That's the only thing. But I did have some ideas here, but this is a first choice.
Would you like to share the other ideas?
Yeah. Okay.
So you start by sketching and then you go to the computer? Is that how you all work?
Yeah. So this one, these are two chains. Chains represent unity. Yes, and here I use I was going to put some traditional colors like that one. Yes, and here I put some can see.
People.
Yeah.
I can see, yeah.
Yes. This represent unity. Yeah. So
That's the one that you made?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I use the second, which represent the unity also.
Mm-hmm.
And I put some community members there. And this is the center. This is the community center. This guy represents the center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then put some drums here, cultural drums, etc. And here, these are heads of people that are united together.
From above.
Yes, from above. And then inside them, it's drums, like drumsticks, where people play music and stuff. And this one is that.
Mm-hmm. That's great. That's really, really great. Do you have any comments or questions? What do you think about it?
It's a good image. It's powerful. It's nice.
Why is it powerful?
I'd say, I mean, how he has put together the whole idea of having those hard rocks as, and then on top of, as heads, and then it's quite, it is kind of like challenging though, like you actually think what's happening with the heads, but it's I don't know. But I just like the fact that there's like, instead of heads, you can actually say it's like out the rocks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I also have a question. It's not a question, but for me, your image, like I will look at in two different ways. Like the first one, the hands, represent the unity. But I also have the question that the hands that we are tied up together. It seems like when we are going there, we are tying up ourselves. Like we are forced to be there. Yeah. So, but it's a good image.
So the bracelet, in a way, might remind of when the police handcuffs.
Yeah.
That's an interesting challenge. But can be solved. But it's a good comment to think ahead. And I have a question. If you were to actually make this on the building, would you leave it with black and white? Because the concrete wall is gray. So if you were to put colors, would you, and which ones? Or did you not still get there?
I didn't think about that, but I'll come up with it. If this was, if we can take this one and use the, we can change the color and put the right color for it.
And the two more comments is, first of all, I like how the hands, when we solve the handcuff challenge, the hands, they actually look like a protea flower. When you look at those protea, you pronounce it correctly, flowers. So that's nice because in a way, when hands hold somebody, there is also something about the flower that hugs and grows. So that is a nice thing that I see here. And maybe if I was to use this, maybe I would put a skirt on a person or two. Because still there is the gender meanings of, when you see that symbol, it's like the toilet for guys, and the woman is the toilet for girls. And we're still under those concepts that girls wear skirts, but that might be something that we also could incorporate to make it more appealing to all. And maybe even to make it look more like a pile, because now it a little bit reminds of the dial pad of the phone. So maybe if we were to make it more like a triangular pile, that would
work,
yeah. But what I do really love about this is, as I agree with you, that there is strength in it because of its simplicity. Like when we speak, there are so many layers to it, but yet when you first look at it, it's very simple.
Yes.
And I would also compliment you on the technical aspect. It looks like really fine. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
These are my 6 icons. Okay, these are the 6 icons that I did.
This is actually an African earring. As much as I have like my personal views and stuff, you know, I had to put that aside and try and, you know, do something that works with everyone, works for the whole community, Khayelitsha, and being African.
Did you feel that you really put it aside, or you just balanced it with other things?
I tried to balance it with other things, because I tried to balance it with other things, yes. And then I also had to, you know, put that together because it's important as much as I struggled to understand. So, yeah, this is an African earring, yeah, for 3, and then in the middle, I heard this is a non-governmental organization. And then I thought that it would be important to use a picture or something that represents that, which is the image of the 2 people holding their hands together. And then the colors. The colors were also important because I think they're very inviting, and they are they look artistic, and they're very they look creative and something that we could all relate to in Khayelitsha. Yes. And then here, this was my last one. And I tried to use earth tone colors in the 2. Try to use earth tone colors because just represents the environment that we're living in right now. And in the middle, I used some of the South African colors that are familiar with everyone. And this is a hand, and these are also hands. The branches, it's actually hands, and this is an actual tree. And I tried to make it all simple. And this is what I came up with.
And what part of the process did you find the most easy and the most enjoyable?
The most enjoyable part was actually going around the area and try to, you know, understand what was going on. And yeah, that was the most part that I enjoyed.
Like the research, the collecting.
Yes, the collecting part was amazing. But when it came to
doing.
When it came to doing it, I kind of had some sketches and I did it, everything. Then it was the technical side and the colors. Yes.
I have a comment.
What do you think, guys? Yes.
The red hand, I think red is for danger, so
Can I say something? Can I say something about the red?
I can.
Yeah. Okay. I also found out that red also represents strength and power. And I thought that if it could be an icon, it would be seen as something that shows empowerment because it's in a place where there's
Sure.
I'm so scared.
Why?
To add something.